Stavanger in Norway's southwest, the destination for the annual conference of the North Sea region communities. They're looking to the future to bring forward projects to give impetus for the growth of the region. More than 200 delegates from the 7 regions are seeing how projects for the 5 focus cluster themes can find common ground.
I'm hoping to come out with 3 or 4 really relevant projects and possible partnerships that we can develop further. For example, in cultural industries, which is a relevant theme for us, and also maritime, this being the region that it is.
I expect a wide acceptance of the problems we are facing today and in the future when we are talking about climate change. And I hope to bring the idea of accessibility related to transport issues to other people.
The North Sea program and the Commission are known as one big family. So there's always give and take, and I'm sure we can come to a very common understanding and hopefully have some good projects to take forward through the clustering system.
I think in the transport sector there is a need of IT solutions for inland connections, smooth inland connections. That's for the clustering.
Clustering was top of the agenda for the North Sea Region Programme delegates in their first gathering of the day. A 2-hour session on the new look structure for Interreg programmes that's trying to bring more cross-project integration into the mix. There was a great deal of concentration among the delegates as moderator Matt Nichols gave a blow-by-blow account of what clustering is designed to achieve and how to do it. On a show of hands, the majority decided they'd give it a try.
We know there are brilliant ideas spread across all the project partners, all the regions. We know that those impact the regions, the organisations where they occur, but we know that they rarely travel outside of those regions and organisations. Clustering is about trying to step in and help that process to make sure that good ideas travel.
Sometimes you have people working in a certain field and another project may be working in a different field, but that is very much related to this other field, and you can have very interesting synergies between those projects, and I think it can improve both projects actually. So instead of working individually alone in this tunnel vision, as you say, it's much better for the projects also themselves to see what others are doing and maybe also to incorporate their results into their project so that you can have like these additional benefits to your own projects.
I think what is very different this time is we are asking the delegates, the participants, to work. They're going to do the work. They're not going to sit there and be spoken at by speakers in the usual fashion. This is everybody working together, politicians, officers, looking to the future and trying to influence a longer term view in the next 10 years up to 2020 for the whole North Sea region.
The afternoon session started with the official launch of the conference and its theme towards 2020. Head of the North Sea Region Secretariat, Byrith, told delegates Interreg projects face new challenges because of the world's economic recession.
How do we actually generate the wealth that we need to maintain our way of living? I believe that we can only do this by finding common answers to these challenges, and the only way to do that is to talk to each other and to work together.
With the official welcome over, it was down to work and the novelty of the cluster cafes. Delegates have been urged to give their maximum participation in the afternoon cluster sessions. After all, they were the main focus of the conference. There was keen interest in all the forums. The aim was to group shared themes in clusters of excellence, with the hope that their relevance would be given a boost. In some cases, it was hoped that new themes would emerge from the discussions. For some, guidelines had been produced and challenges for discussion suggested. These clusters were something of an experiment for this region conference, and it was up to the delegates to decide how successful the process was. Some gave their verdicts at the end of the afternoon.
We were thinking that we were going to meet other project partners that we could actually cluster with in like for the next application round that has been set up earlier today. But what we're actually achieving from this is we have been discussing the visions for the North Sea region in connection to climate change, and afterwards the challenges. And it's been very beneficial because meeting with other sectors and other partners from other projects has been very beneficial in in regards to how are they approaching climate change.
My hopes were that we would get some concrete answers of my cluster, which is creative industries, to put them into the future challenges of the North Sea region 2020. And I think we're doing quite well. We have done a lot of creative thinking, and we are now trying to get the challenges and the aspirations right from the discussions we had before. So I think we're doing a good job now.
At the first session in the morning, conclusions will be worked out in the final cluster meetings.